חג טוב, חנוכה הוא חג טוב, סביבו סוף סוף סוף, סוף נסוף כה וכה, נס גדול היה פה, נס גדול היה פה, סוף נסוף כה וכה.
My name's Rabbi Neil Janes. I'm the rabbi of South Bucks Jewish community, which stretches all across Buckinghamshire and Hertfordshire, and I'm also an educator and a liberal rabbi, progressive rabbi, and I'm going to light the Chanukiot candles for our fifth night on my Chanukiot, which I'll explain a bit more after we've lit the candles. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim lavoteinu bayamim hahem ubazman hazeh. I'm going to sing Ma'ot Tzor, and just before I introduce the Chanukiah, I'm singing Ma'ot Tzor, and I'm using actually the Siddur that my grandfather was given for when he was on active duty in the Second World War as a German Jewish refugee from Frankfurt. He signed up as soon as he could and was first in the Pioneer Corps and then was a tank driver and mechanic, and this was his prayer book, his Siddur. So I'm going to sing and use this, and that will then lead into a little bit of an explanation about the Chanukiah. Ma'ot Tzor Yeshuati Lecha na'eh l'shabeach, Tikon beit tefilati v'sham toda nezabeach, li'et tashbit matbeach v'tzar hamnabeach. אז אגמור בשיר מזמור חנוכת המזבח, אז אגמור בשיר מזמור חנוכת המזבח. יוונים נקבצו עלי אזי בימי חשמנים, ופרצו חומות מגדלי וטימו כל השמנים, ומנותר קנקנים נעשה נס לשושנים. בני בנה ימי שמונה קבעו שירוננים, בני בנה ימי שמונה קבעו שירוננים. Edgar Jacques Bender, my grandfather, and my grandmother, Anneliese Bender. Edgar, Zichrono Livracha, is no longer with us, and Anneliese is still around, thankfully. I have many happy memories of going and singing those first and that fifth verse of Ma'ot Tzor in their home. The Chanukiah I'm using, though, was given to me by my parents. My father died last year, and one of my fondest memories actually is of us being able to gather round the table with all of our Chanukiot lit. The custom in our family was to have a Chanukiah for every person who was lighting. And so as we were growing up, we were all given our own Chanukiot. I can remember as a small child having tiny little holes that you could only fit birthday cake candles in. But as I got older, my parents bought this for me, and it has these small trinkets on the outside. It used to have a dreidel hanging down, and this I think is supposed to be a Hasmonean or coin from the land of Israel, a relic. And my parents really are indicative of the Ashkenazi Jewish story of being here in Britain. My father, his family were Polish-Russian stock, came here at the turn of the 20th century, and my mother from her parents from Munich and from Frankfurt, and so they really brought the whole of the Ashkenazi story into Britain, and the sort of the unfolding narrative of what it meant to be in different parts of the world. And now I'm married to someone who has Iraqi and Egyptian heritage, and so my children are growing up with different types of food on the table. Buñuelos, we're going to have a bit of an experiment cooking some Sephardi foods over the next few days. And we have, of course, donuts. And the Chanukiot really is in the centre of all of that. My children have Chanukiot also bought for them by my parents. And so the light of Hanukkah, which gives us so much hope, which gives us so much joy and so much symbolism of what it means to be Jewish, to celebrate being Jewish, to light our candles in public and share that joy and that light with others around us, is also a reminder of all of those families that have gathered round a table or gathered round a doorway for all generations, stretching all across the world. And for me, as we do that together as a family, we're bringing the four corners of the world, from Australia, from Poland, from Germany, and from Iraq and from Egypt. We're bringing them together in our celebration of Hanukkah, and really the lights remind me of those strong family celebrations, those we're missing, those loved ones who are no longer with us, but also the next generation as they light their Chanukiot together. It gives us hope for the future and the joy of Hanukkah. So Hanukkah Sameach.
סביבון סוף 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 חנוכה הוא חג טוב חנוכה הוא חג טוב סביבון סוף 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 נסוף כה וכה נס גדול היה פה נס גדול היה פה סוף נסוף